Peter.
And they're running, and Mulboard, in fact, just a little bit slow. He just checked a bit as they jumped off. He's only got one behind him at the moment, and that's Winter Haven. They race towards the first and over it, and Lucky Baloo goes on. Lucky Baloo for Ireland with the advantage. Young Charlie Swan, having only his second ride at Cheltenham. He broke an arm in the 87 Triumph hurdle, and he leads them, Lucky Baloo, with Matt Barr right up there on the inside. Then up there on the outer is Nick the Brief and Korea Bay just in behind him, but it's Lucky Baloo taking him along. Lucky Baloo from Nick the Brief, behind them Matt Barr, and then Korea Bay. Behind Korea Bay is Rubaid in the Czech colors, and just behind them Romful Prince. And King's Mill is the back marker of the 25 at the moment, and Lucky Baloo making it from Nick the Brief. Then making good ground to join the leaders, Woodland's Genpower. You see him towards the far left of the picture, but that's Lucky Baloo towards the right from Nick the Brief. Then Met Bar, then Korea Bay, and then Woodland's Genpower towards the left, the light colours with the dark V. Pecked a little bit there, and a faller there, and another schedule has gone at that one. Peter Scudamore on the floor, the champion jockey, is yet to rise, but he's up on his feet now. Peter's up on his feet. Another schedule continuing riderless. There he is, the rider of the champion hurdle winner yesterday. Lucky Baloo, meanwhile, takes them along in the lead. From Korea Bay, Slalom well there too, and also right in the picture is West Way. King's Mill still the back marker. Lucky Baloo still the leader. Lucky Baloo from Korea Bay, West Way, Nick the Brief, Romful Prince just in behind them. Then comes Toby DeBias and Met Bar and Slalom, and behind Slalom is Rebel Song, and in the center of the towards the rear of center, really, if that's not too harsh. He's got 6 behind him, and he's a little bit towards the outside, the Gamble Mulboard. As they run downhill, Lucky Baloo in the lead from Korea Bay and Nick the Brief, and on the inside West Way as they come towards the 5th of the 13 flights, incidentally, in all. Toby Tobias is going well. Slalom well there on the outside. Met Bar's just in behind them. And Mulboard has got 3, 6, 7 behind him now. And Simon Cowley having his first ride at the festival, making ground towards the outside. And as the course announcer makes that announcement that he is making progress, there's a great roar from the crowd. Coming down to the 6th with Nick the Brief and Korea Bay and Lucky Baloo on the inside. Sir Blake has made good progress. Slalom's not far behind the lead. And also making quite good ground is Rocky Pitt with Russell behind him, and then Mulboard on the outside and Toby Tobias holding his place. As they race towards the 4th from home, though, it's Nick the Brief and Lucky Baloo from Toby Tobias, who's been going strongly throughout. Then Korea Bay. Then Mulboard making good ground towards the outside now with Slalom also. As they begin the run downhill, Nick the Brief from Toby Tobias. Then comes Slalom. Then making good ground is Rocky Pitt with Mulboard on his outside as they race down towards the next, and Rebel Song's not out of the picture. It's Nick the Brief, Toby Tobias, these two now. Mulboard still making ground, little Mulboard over on the far side with Simon Cowley, and Kingsmill coming there strongly too. Kingsmill made a mistake at that one though. It's Nick the Brief now from Toby Tobias, then comes Slalom, and then Mulboard, and then Rebel Song in behind them with Russell following them, coming down to the second last now. Toby Tobias, Nick the Brief, Slalom, then comes Mulboard, Slight mistake by Molboard at the second last, and he's lost a bit of ground there. They're rounding the home turn, and it's Slalom who's hit the front now. From Nick the Brief, Toby Tobias, and Molboard coming again towards the stand side. Rebel Song over on the far side. Sir Blake coming there on the near side. Slalom is going to land in the lead. Slalom lands in the lead from Rebel Song on the far side. Sir Blake's a faller. It's Slalom with the advantage now from Rebel Song as they race up towards the line. Slalom on the near side. Rebel Song finishing well over on the far side. Slalom and Rebel Song. Russell's finishing strongly over on the far side now. It's very close indeed. Rebel Song, Slalom at the line. Rebel Song is just going to win it for me. It's a photo. Rebel Song and Slalom in a photo from Russell in third. Rebel Song and Slalom past the line in a photo with Russell in third. It's close, this one. Slalom the finisher on the near side. And over on the far side, Rebel Song. This is Molboard, who made the mistake at the second last, and that virtually put pay to him. He tried to come there at the last, but there was no more steam left in him. The stuffing had been knocked out of the biggest gamble of the meeting at that second last, and it finally resulted in a photo between number 20, Rebel Song, and number 27, Slalom, with Russell third and Nick the Brief fourth.
This race was run at a very good pace indeed, and in fact there were a lot of horses in with a chance from a very long way out. But it was certainly a competitive event, as we had expected it to be. They're leading Nick the Brief right up there, as he had been for a very long time. Peter Scudamore hits the deck off another schedule. Looked to be a nasty fall at the time, and Peter Skew lay there for a while but got back onto his feet. But a whole host of horses together. And as we come to the last, the race was second last. Now Molboard is towards the outside. Look at the check colours, then Slalom in the green and white quartered colours, and here you'll see that Molboard actually makes a mistake. Just look at Molboard now as we roll it on. Now just in the white colours there, three from the outside. Molboard makes a slight mistake here. He's cantering at the time. Oh, didn't really check him in his stride. Slalom goes on here, and now Simon Cowley gets his stick out in his left hand and is obviously in trouble. Nick the Brief is on the inside, Slalom on his outside, and Molboard in fifth place, and obviously hasn't got the speed that he's had in previous races over this 2.5 mile trip. Coming very wide is Sir Blake, and he looks to be making some ground. On the inside is the eventual winner, and that is Rebel Song, in my opinion. Although Slalom rises first at the last, and there goes Sir Blake. He was on terms, and he looked to be staying on. So Slalom goes up the hill, but you can see the distress signals going out now as Rebel Song is the challenger. The three behind on the rail, that's Rebel Song, Russell rather, and he looks to be going to make a real race of this now. And here's Slalom. Really ties up. Nearest to us, Slalom has forfeited the lead to Rebel Song. Rebel Song representing the Sherwood brothers, who won it a year ago with the West Awake, and in my opinion, they've won it again.
And the third time this season. A great triumph for the Sherwood brothers. Marvellous prelude to the afternoon for them, with the West Awake to represent them later in another customarily competitive festival event. That West Awake race, the Sun Alliance Novices Chase, that's our fourth race incidentally. Meanwhile, the starting prices on the opener and the latest from Newton Abbot.
And the first number 20, Rebel Song, 14-1. The second number 27, Slalom, 12-1. And third number 25, Russell, 14-1.
Kingsmill just for a moment flat at the top of the hill there.
No, chance, but it just wasn't good enough.
Did you get the trip, do you think, or was the tacky ground possibly what underpinning?
There's no good making excuses on the day you're not good enough, and that's it.
I said the ground was soft earlier on, in fact it's heavy. Moldboard, Bill, what excuses for him, do you think?
I don't think the ground could be put down as an excuse for him. They didn't actually finish too badly, considering the ground's heavy, and it must be pretty sicky. He got in a little bit of trouble, though, early on with a faller of another schedule, and he's gone round a long way, and just had a little bit of traffic problems. Probably top of the hill, he was there a bit sooner than he has been in some of the races that he's won.
Yeah. Well, he negotiated the faller, as you say, particularly well. We can look at that again now. Peter Scudamore, as so often happens, the hero yesterday on the floor here, looked to the wide outside where the incident occurred. Another schedule was the horse, and Moldboard was last but one early on and tracking another schedule. Look to the left-hand side now, and you'll see the white colours and blue epaulets of another schedule. Hits the deck there, and look at Moldboard behind him, lands, sees a horse in his way, and look at that for meeting the horse absolutely beautifully. So there it is. Moldboard managed that one. Second last, he made a bit of a mistake, and the punters have lost their money.
Yes, and done their dough.
Right, Simon Sherwood is the man who ended in the frame there. Good luck to him, his first win of the Cheltenham Festival, and that means that he joins 6 other riders in the race for the Ritz Club Charity Trophy. These are the possessions after 7 out of 18 races, and no one, as you'll be able to see, has got a clear advantage, because these 7 riders have all ridden a winner, and none of them, in fact, has ridden more than 1 second. Well, the leading rider at the meeting receives the Crystal Trophy, also 2 cheques for £2,500, one in aid of the Injured Jockeys Fund, the other in aid of the Riding for the Disabled. And this, in fact, is the 50th occasion of a Ritz Club award. During that time, it's raised £250,000 for selected charities, flat and jumping, began back in 1979. Yesterday, the Ritz Club directors played host to several of the big names who've won it. There are some of them, John Frankham and Joe Mercer, both television pundits now. Pat Eddery, just back from a holiday in the Far East, riding holiday. Anthony Webber on the right there, well-known chiropractor, the man who broke in Dancing Brave. John Frankham now, who's a club manager and TV pundit. Willie Carson, looking forward to a great new flat racing season. He'll be riding Emerson. Again for the 2nd year running for the Sherwood family. Jonathan Powell's just been speaking to Simon Sherwood.
Well, Oliver, you're making a habit of winning this race. 2nd year running, last year West Awake, and now another lovely young horse, Rebel Song.
Yeah, oh, it was absolutely I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, he really battled on there, because I seriously thought about putting blinkers on him after being beaten in the Phillip Corners, because he just wavered a bit. And I rang up Martha Moore, and he said, don't do it, he's just a big baby, and he's still got a lot of improving to do. He's a different horse to the West Awake. He's got a lot of physical improvement in him. He wants fences. He still spends a lot of time in the air at his hurdle. He's not really a hurdler, but he's gone and done it. He's battled up that hill.
Well, that was a terribly tough race. I mean, he
very,
had an
very
excuse
tough
to get a bit tired at the end.
Absolutely, and he missed the last as well. He had every excuse to pack it up then.
So do you think you will put him straight over fences in the autumn rather than...
I think I'll pack him up now and put him over fences next year straight away. He's had a hard race today. He's had 3 very quick races, and I think I'll pack him up now and not even think of Liverpool and give him a good summer out and fences next year. He'll be a right horse next year.
Well, the West Awake's a pretty good horse. He's got a great chance later on.
Oh, well,
how is he?
He's in tremendous form. I obviously would prefer better ground, so a lot of horses, but I thought Rebel won, better ground, but I'll settle for 1. If Westy does it, it'll be a bonus.
And your secret weapon at Lambourne at the moment is the French horse Nupsala, who you've been playing host to yet again.
Yeah.
How is he?
He's in tremendous form. Francois says he's not happy about the ground, but I think French heavy ground is different to English heavy ground, so we're very hopeful.
You've been a great help to him with this horse. Could you yet buy him Nupsala?
I think he'd asked me twice as much what he originally asked me. I think I've got no chance now.
Oliver, many thanks.
Thank you, Jonathan.